We're number one in the African continent, and we beat the best countries in our league of leagues in terms of equal competition, like Jamaica. And we are number one there. Of course, Australia and England and Canada are expected to be where they are. That is not by fluke, you know. Even in sending a number of athletes, they send a number of athletes there. So there's no competition about that. It was to be expected. South Africa, should we implement our sports plan fully in the next 20 years, we can then start speaking about being in par with Australia. We like to judge ourselves with first world standard when we are in the third world country. And that is what is important when we do that particular judgment. But what is important is quality. Focus on quality. Quality is what we send to this to this Commonwealth Games, and we come with the result as expected.
There was some criticism, though, of the selection criteria for of the athletes who were sent to. I'm not afraid with the criteria and this. So just maybe a quick explanation of how these athletes were selected, because there was some of the public saying some who should have gone and actually didn't.
No, I can't answer that question. I think I don't select athletes. It is SASCOC that does.
Do you not have any say at all or any approval?
I do. I think in the overall assessment, we'll have to look into that. You know, Commonwealth Games, you can send as many athletes as you want. I think the target, which I agree in principle with SASCOC, is that, look, yeah, it is a stage where in which we look at ourselves against the best in preparation for the Olympics, because it's an arena of competition, but we need to conquer at the Olympics. And we send our best athletes whom we want to improve, whom we want their performance to be improved in preparation for the Olympics.
So this is training. The Commonwealth Games is training for the
Olympics. It's not the training necessarily. It is important to win the medals, but you weigh yourself up against the best. And in going forward in that competition, it tells you a story of what you need to do preparing to go to Rio de Janeiro. So if we also, resources were permitting, we can send everybody, even the hangers-on, just for exposure and all of that. And I think they chose a leaner approach going forward. But I'm not saying in the future you can't send as many as you can and all of that. I know, for instance, now we are making a case to increase resources when it comes to OPEX fund and lift up some of the athletes that have got the potential to go and participate. Probably these people are right. When we make an assessment, we'll take that criticism into consideration and ask these hard questions to SASCOC. Is it true that you left athletes out who could have actually gone? And that is important. It's not everything that is bad that is raised by people. Even in victory, we need to assess ourselves. And that is what is important.
You deserve to know more.
ENCA.com